our speaker today. Please welcome Mr. Danny Orbilio. Oh, wala ka na.
Anong malay ng mga bago?
Wala na ba? Oh, we have, okay. So, parang ano kasi, okay, anybody who have guests today, guest first, right?
Yeah. Flores not here.
Flores not here. Anybody who is new here today?
Yeah, welcome the new associate.
Oh, new associates.
Follow C.
All right. Okay, so let's see who has guest. I know Flora has a guest. And then we have
Yes, ba niya yung lahat?
four guests. Oh, wow. Four guests. Anybody else? If not, anybody who has a new campaigner? New campaigner? We don't have? Okay. What about someone with licensing? New associates with licensing? Ongoing?
Yeah, they're ongoing.
Can we call on Ate to come here and how is your licensing going on?
You want to share how far you go?
Would you like to share how is your license?
How you invited to get
Licensing.
Oh, that you're involved in the LQP. That's what I enrolled, but I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
So you can share that, if you don't have that, just say. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah, just come here.
No. Not yet.
Not yet.
Got like 2 hours.
All right. So anybody who's helping families? Who help families? Anybody? Anybody from us? You? Come.
We're running.
Anybody who has families small? You have families? Yes.
Be coachable, guys. I don't be there yet, so but no ask, but yes, in the past week, I been helping people, I have, free travel insurance. People keep calling for the travel insurance, and I have, one phone call for follow up, my, Ivari, line insurance. Through on December 25th. I don't want to work on December 25th, but that's only the time they have, so I have to go on with that. Okay, anyway, good morning. Boom.
Morning.
Good morning, Kabangis B.
Good morning.
Yes, that's a Barry. My name is Jim Pineda. My business associate is Alan Andres. I have, what is this? Easy. Easy close accounts, only Everest. What's up? Everest. It's easy. I just want account.
Oh, nice.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning. My
Morning.
name is Dan Bilo and my business partner is Andres.
Yay.
The birthday girl. But anyway, I have a couple of Everest. I was walking down East York area and I saw a guy, touching his breath right in the corner. And then it turned out that he was the husband of one of my clients. So, I called the client. He said, "Yeah, I saw your husband. I saw him was right in the corner. He was catching his breath, could barely walk." He said, "Well, yeah, it just came and, everything was processed, right? The papers and all that stuff." And I asked, "Does he have any insurance?" "Oh, he doesn't qualify because he has a condition, right? But does he have any funeral plan?" She said, "No." "Okay. Can I see you?" So I had an appointment with her. You know what? I ended up issuing Everest plans for both the husband and the wife.
I don't know travel insurance, anybody, know? I just find out a little bit, when people have travel insurance, Canadian travel insurance, if anyone with diabetes, is very expensive, right? So if they have to top up the day, you can use top up from Germany instead, to Remy never ask the medical question. So we can go to Remy for that. As long as the client only 60-day travels, within 60 days of cheaper than they top up on the Manulife. So that's why I'm doing for client and I call them and so maybe next time if you have any problem like that, then you can find out. Okay. And also the diabetes, if they have diabetes, but they don't take medicine, we can say no, so they can cheaper. Before I just give diabetes, I give my client that, they have five very expensive. So as long as they have to take medicine and they have to digest, then we take, yeah, but if they just like a, not a diet, no diabetes, but it's just by diet. Yeah. Not, then we could put, yeah, no. So how them cheaper, okay? Okay.
Okay.
That's a lot of.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Joel Sena and my business partner is Janet Bar in Vegas. I just want to share with you my experience about one of my prospect clients. So I think more than a week ago, I went to see this person. I met this guy more than a year ago. Because he was referred to me by a client of mine. He's looking for a job. So I went to meet him down at McDonald's there at Dufferin. Where is that? That's it. Okay, McDonald's. That's it. So I was able to refer him because my intention is because he's very new here. He was he was sponsored by his wife, and for that reason, he doesn't have an insurance yet. So my intention of helping him out is for him when he gets his insurance, then he has the money to pay for the premium. So he found a job, but then uh, when I made the follow-up, I could barely, get a schedule of him because he's working one full-time and one part-time. And then I found out that his wife actually filed a separation. He's actually a release upon arrival. If you have heard of that thing before. Yeah. So unfortunately for him, and he was actually very, very stressed out. I already told him that, before even you get before even you go to a medical doctor here, because it's an extensive examination when you get for a regular check for a first checkup here, right? They were gonna run a series of tests. So I told him to go and get your insurance first before you go over those process. But because of some struggles on his part, family and work, it never happened. And then 3 months ago, I heard that he's going for a stem cell because she has a blood cancer of the blood.
Oh.
So so he went for surgery, and what do you call this? He went for a stem cell procedure to replenish brand new red blood cells into his system. And now recovering from the surgery. And you know how much he's gonna get from the company from my intention of meeting him is first of all to meet him once again, then help him out if there's anything I could do. Because I told him to go look for his social worker to help him out with the bills. Because his rent is 800 and he's only getting 700 disability benefit from the government. He's entitled for the ODSP, Ontario, but he doesn't want to do that because the government will run after his wife because he's still under the sponsorship thing, right? For 10 years. He doesn't want to do that. And that's the problem, you're sick and you have problem with your bills, right? So his problem now is recovering from his sickness and at the same time money to pay for his cost of living. And another thing I want to share is I
I'm not sure if I already shared this one. I have a client for over 10 years now. Uh, I I uh, I gave them life insurance in critical illness. But what happened was the her critical he planned to cancel her critical illness because their daughter bought a new car, a used car. Then after a week, they return it because they want to get a brand new. It was never explained to them that whatever balance they have from the first car was going to be top up on the second car, and they end up having 80,000, more than 80,000, just for the
Correct.
what car is that? Cherokee Jeep, 80,000, and they have to pay almost $800 a month for that car, and because of that, their finances change, and they have to sacrifice their insurance, which is always the same case, right? And her plan is to totally uh, cancel the critical illness, just leave the life insurance. But then I was able to encourage her to keep the critical illness, but we have to reduce it down to 30,000. And then I had a phone call 2 weeks ago. When she went for the regular government screening for mammogram, it was found out that she has a stage 2 breast cancer. And she was very, very happy though, and thankful to me that I was able to save 30,000. It's not much, but it will help a lot.
Mm-hmm. Good.
So the lesson behind there is, uh, get the CI, and at the same time, I think we have to be more uh, strong enough to encourage. Yeah, aggressive. That's the right word. Aggressive to encourage our prospect clients to keep, especially the critical illness. Because that lady is 62 years old.
Oh.
Who knows, right? I mean, some people doesn't want to get critical illness because they thought all the while that the government will help them out. I have a client who had a claim for critical illness as well, and she was able to pay 100,000. But when she went for the surgery, some of the medications and among other things that she needs for the surgery is not being covered by the government.
Yes.
So that is actually because some people not thought that the government will cover entirely the expenses. And the last one, I went to a call a late a client of mine called me because she wants to. You guys are having no, that's not what I meant. You could easily book an appointment these days.
Yeah.
It's very hard, right? It's so hard. So I called a lot of people, texted a lot of people, and they want it next year. But it's always good because you have something to do next year, right? But this one, I want to. She lives in Maple. If she wants to get a additional life insurance for her husband, because she only got 25,000. Their life insurance before was from Primerica. Sorry to mention the name. And when we reach a certain age, the renewal premium is very, very costly.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought all the while that they're not gonna last that long, right? I'm not gonna live that long, so I'm just gonna get a term insurance. So they did that, and then because the term is going to renew, and they don't have the money, the husband is already 70 years old. He's getting roughly 2,000 of the pension. So if you're gonna pay $700 for the renewal, that renews every year.
Mm-hmm.
So so they instead of renewing the Primerica, they get the life insurance. 70 years old. It's good if you can keep your health sound, right? When I asked for the medication, she's like, he has a pharmacy because he has a lot of medicines, walking pharmacy. So he ended up getting Access Life, 25,000. But it's good that it's immediate plus. Okay, so that's my sharing for today. Thank you, guys.
Okay. Okay. All right. Anything else? Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Elsa Matud and my business partner is Joel Lozano. Actually, this is a client of me and Ken. So Ken has a license at Alberta, and I did not I did not register my license there. So I asked Ken that okay, better that I do this client, otherwise they will go with different advisor. But they are my friend here. So what we did is we applied for an insurance because the insurance that I gave with them that was 6 years ago was lapsed. And then they did not pay for almost July, August, September, November, December, 5 months. And then they have to pay IA for 1,000 plus. And then I told them that you have, if we're going to reinstate this, then you have to pay this much. Plus, you have to answer the questions, if there is a, and with regards with the health. So they told me that we don't have that much money. And then I told to Ken, okay, I have to meet you with by Zoom with my partner, and then we can see if we can give you an insurance that suits your affordability. So we did, me and Ken did, and then it turned out that instead of paying 200 something, he became a smoker because of the what's the English of betel nut. Mama, what is that? You
Oh,
Nganga?
nga.
Yeah. Betel nut, right? Yeah. So because of that, they rated him as a smoker.
Oh.
Yes, as a smoker. Yeah, Ivari. Yeah, rated him as a smoker. So his premium went up to 370, and then the client cannot afford. So what we did, okay, if you cannot, afford this one, then we have to adjust. So I thought, okay, we have to reduce, the rider term 20, term 30 to term 10, so that after 1 year, then we can apply for the removal of the smoker into non-smoker. So it ended up that that the premium went down to at least 270, and now the client are happy. However, yeah, so we always try to make sure that make sure that the client affordability, and that they're happy with the plan that we gave. And yes, that's all that I can share. And yeah, later at 5 to 6, Richard will come here for a special training for our client. And this is a great tool for us to invite our prospect client and our current client, so that Richard will do the training for them. So we have to take advantage with this, because Richard is doing this at Nilo's team, at Florence team, and even at this team. So why don't we not do it also, because it's effective for other team. And I believe it is effective also in this team. So that, our business will grow, and then we have money, of course, to pay the bills. It's December and there's a lot of things to buy, right? And give our client for sure. Okay, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Okay. So if there's nothing else, we would like to welcome one of the best speakers in this center to train us for today. Please welcome Mr. Danny Ervilio.
All right. So you guys don't sleep on me, okay? Anyway, Once again, my name is Daniel Villo and my business partner is Andres. Hey, happy birthday to Bugatti too. Hey, birthday. But anyway, how important it is to do a review for the clients?
Very important.
Licensed people,
Very,
very important, right? You know, just this morning, I had an appointment early this morning. I was here at 10 o'clock because a couple from Brampton, the insurance contract was rolled up to me. Uh, they had this contract since 2001, right? And it was a small coverage, so it's well, minimum coverage for 100,000 each. And in 2001, they started off the wife started off with only $60 a month for 100,000. Can you imagine? No? And then the husband was 86 something for 100,000 as well. So that was in 24 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think a month ago it was rolled up to me because they were trying to get hold of somebody from this office, and they couldn't, and they ended up calling me, right? So I transferred the rest presentation over to my book of business, and I got access to their account. That's why they booked an appointment with me, thinking I was ready to offer something else, right? But they came this morning because they needed money, right? They needed money. So, our Ivari product, especially UL, Universal Life Policy, covers the fact that, it accumulates funds that while it's still alive, we can make use of it, right? I think that was the purpose of having that for them or for everybody. But anyway, so I checked the account, and apparently both of them uh, had a loan from the policy. Actually, yeah, the wife had over 21,000 loan. A few years back, and the husband took about $15,000 from the account, but they haven't done anything about it. When you do a loan, that loan means you have to pay it back.
Yes.
To put the money back, right? For the small interest rate that the company charges the client, it's all worth it though. Because I think they started off with 8% before, right? Now it's what? About 10%, but 8% goes back to the account. The 2% is charged to the client, right? But anyway, so they say, oh, I need money. But I checked the values, and there was no allowable loanable amount. For the husband, it was zero, and for the wife, it was only a little over $1,000. So what would you do? It's not even a partial withdrawal because they haven't done anything on the loan,
Yeah.
right? So it could have been if the policy or their policies were properly reviewed, probably they could have done something about it.
Yeah.
You know what? Because normally when a client, my client would apply for a loan, I would reiterate that, you know what, if say, for example, the monthly premium is about $100, if you want to pay the loan back, well, even for the interest, right? Put a little over, from, the minimum premium. So if it's a premium, $100, make it 200 or even 150, just to cover for the interest, right? Because what's going to happen there is that if the loan is not paid at all, there will come a time that the policy will collapse because the company will use the money from the fund value, and if it's exhausted, then the policy will lapse. And they're saying that, you know what, if that's the case, then might as well cancel the policy, or then you lose. Big loss. Because you know what? From 100,000 coverage at your age, Jose, at your current age right now, you will never find an $86 premium for $100,000 UL increasing coverage. You know what? I have another client just a couple of weeks ago, for 71-year-old, right? From conversion, right? Because they're paying $100 premium for 150,000 coverage. For 72, it was 670 something per month. So I said, keep the policy, because you will never find a policy like that anymore in a lifetime. But anyway, so review is important, because if the client or if the agent had been actively, following up or even calling up and, even, express the desire to at least sit down with the client again and then do a review, that could have been rectified, right? Probably during their emergency need, then they could have some funds to pull out of the account. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. The best practices as an agent for the clients. Are you guys ready?
Yes,
Are you class ready?
yes,
Okay, so let's
Sure.
start.
yes, sir.
Okay, effective insurance clients care. There is a need and WFG is here to meet it. As an agent, you have the power. You have the power to make it. Right, Tita Ann?
Yes, of course. Oh, who's that?
We do know.
Who is?
No sound? No sound.
What are you doing there? Eating.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Anyway,
Thank you, everyone.
yesterday we celebrated her birthday, so for those of you who have not, if you make it yesterday, this is a glimpse of what happened yesterday, okay? All right, so our services, when people call their insurance agent, it's really a good news. Anybody here who had been with the company for a long time, who received a call from a client with a very good news? Anyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Barely or often?
Sometimes.
Sometimes, but rarely. That's why it says rarely, right?
Yeah.
Rarely get a good call or a call from the client saying, hey, you know what? I won a lottery. Would the client call you because of that? Normally we call you because they wanted money. Or they have, say, for example, they have a financial struggle that they want to cancel the policy. Or probably they call you because there's a claim. There's death in the family, right? And what is Everest for? This is funeral. It's sad, right? It's the same thing with a car. If you're a car insurance agent, they call you because there is a claim. A home is flooded, it's the same thing, right? And of course, loved one has passed away. And that is the reason why they call. Okay. So, Jean,
Oh, no, what is that?
that's what makes insurance customer service fundamentally different from every other industry. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Some other industry, they call because they have some good news, but in the insurance industry, they call because they are in distress. They are in need. And you're not managing volume, you're managing vulnerability. Empathy becomes the only skill that counts when someone's world is falling apart. That's why we have to do good service. We have to serve food. And I'm so happy as an agent to serve you food. The best agent should understand this, that we are supposed to be trained to stay calm. You guys agree? You stay calm in crisis and clear in chaos. Because how we respond in that moment shapes everything. Believe me, right? Loyalty, trust, and even whether they will stay in our book of business or up on, up off, they move away from you, right? If you don't do service, if you don't listen to them when they call, right? That's why we need to fix our phone. And anybody, try to call the number here, the line in this office.
Never.
Never. You haven't?
Yes, but we don't use it.
Because your client calls you, yeah? Your client calls you in this line, the 416-661-1115.
And they can't get
You don't
you.
get you don't get the message,
You don't get the message,
If
but you
ever.
don't try to get the message.
if ever.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why we have the phone. One time, I just a few days ago, I was at the gym Yeah, I was at the gym with this guy, became friends with me, asking about my number, right? I said, "Oh, I'm traveling a lot, but I need travel insurance. I have a current insurance coverage from other companies, but I want to give you business." So you know what? I ended up giving my phone number, but my phone number is a new number because I got hacked. Ugali, I got hacked previously, right? So I said, you know what? When I get home today, I would give you a call back and give you a quote on the travel insurance because he's looking for an annual travel insurance. And guess what happened? I forgot. I ended up driving to Toronto and then I forgot about him. So when the following day I went back to Niagara Falls, I remember the guy. So I called the guy. I said, "Oh, hi, I'm sorry. I was in Toronto. I forgot to call you." I said, "You know what? Your phone does not even have a voicemail set up." And apparently that guy's a business owner as well, right? You know, how can your clients leave you a message if it's an important call and you are not there to pick it up? That was a wake up call for me. So right away, I set up my I set up my voicemail and leave a message, right? So that is the thing. So we got to be ready with this one because being an insurance agent, right, does not end in just getting your licenses. Yeah, your license is not the byproduct of what you do. What is your byproduct? What is the byproduct of being an agent of WFG? Services, exactly. Our byproduct are services. So when somebody calls in distress, because they're our clients, what do you need to do? What is our responsibility? To help, right? To help as an agent. Okay. All right. So to continue on, what is insurance customer service? Insurance customer service is a support system that insurance companies and insurance agents provide to help policyholders understand their coverage, resolve issues, and navigate the insurance process from purchase through claims or resolutions. Anyway, again, becoming an insurance agent does not settle on just getting a license. You have to invest in training and the skills, right? That's why we have this meeting, right? Once you get coded with WFG, once you get your license, do you think you can just go out there and service your clients? You've got to invest time in training.
Learn.
You got to invest times in learning the stuff. When I say stuff, the products, the process, right? The process. Pursuing continuing education. That's why they have this product provider schedule the trainings here to help us out. And lucky us, we don't have to pay them, right? Actually, they give us credits. Where else can you find it, right? Instead of us paying them their time, their effort to train us, they give us credits instead. Right? So be here later today, okay? At 5 o'clock. And then, of course, we have to maintain ethical standards. We just don't do business the way you think it should be done. We follow what? Compliance. Right? We follow through compliance because our business is regulated. So in summary, the license is only the fundamental requirement. Isn't it? Our license is only a fundamental requirement, but building a successful career as an insurance agent is a continuous effort involving training, compliance, and guess what? Relationship building. Right. If you have a good relationship with the rest of the people here, you will not have any problem building a good relationship with the people outside this office. And those people outside this office are what? Our clients, exactly. Right? Okay. Right, Ken?
Ed, where are you?
That's too much food.
Picture.
Where's Elizabeth? Elizabeth. Okay. So insurance customer service covers every interaction where policyholders need help, answers, or reassurance such as policy onboarding. That's why we need to, when we do illustrations for the clients, do we really understand? Because the insurance contract is not a light reading at all. It's not like a one read and you understand everything. Right?
Yes.
It's not. It takes practice, training to actually interpret the illustration. You guys agree? You know, if I get my license today, or if I got my license yesterday, and I put on an illustration, do you think I can really go through the illustration to my client, each page, without even reading them, or without even just just a flip? That's it. I understood everything. No, it takes some time to understand it. Some time to understand it. It's not a light reading at all, right? Sometimes you even need some professional help or from colleagues' help to be able to understand it. So be careful with that, right? So where's the BPM speaker? Premium calculations and renewals, helping customers navigate payments, spot errors, and understand changes without sending them into a maze of fine print. That is important, right? You know, we got to make sure that, because remember the other day I talk about the when you submit an application. Say for example you're writing up an body application. When you submit as an agent or as even with the client signature, there's a review option, right?
Mhm.
Review option. Click the review. Some people, I'm guilty of that. Just to cut off the time I spent with the client. If when I see the review, I just open it and then click X. Forget about the review. Lately, I don't know if you were here that I shared to you some story about the 1500 premium, right? Because I did a review. Apparently, there was an added zero on the 150. Right? If I did that, if I clicked that, I went through the review, I could have probably spotted an error and fixed that before even submitting the application to the company. So that is important, right? And claims processing, so, supporting people through stressful moments.
Yeah.
If that is stressful enough for Malu. All right, medical emergencies, death, when service matters most. Was it good? Malu?
That was problems.
Governance, right? And of course, G, grievance handling, responding with speed, clarity, and empathy. When something goes wrong, make sure no one feels dismissed, right? Especially when somebody calls here this line, right? That's why you guys, licensed individuals in this or individuals in this office, we encourage that you check the messages on the, voicemail, right? Because if there's an emergency, what if somebody passed away, right? And they needed help, but they don't have the hotline for Everest. What would they do? Would you get a good review at all? Hey, I called this company and nobody responded, right? So we have to be quick, prompt, right? It's like one of my old clients though. The parent died. The parent died, and when I learned about it, I initiated a call. I called the son. I said, you know what? I heard that your dad died. He said, yeah, and we're trying to fix something with a funeral company. And I said, don't you know that your dad has an Everest plan? He didn't know, right? And your dad has a $20,000 coverage for Everest. That means that you don't have to do anything. I will call Everest right away, and they will take care of everything for you. Can you believe that? You know?
Yeah.
And you know how thankful that David was for that call, right? Because they were struggling and they were, because that's what happened when you're in grief, right? You can't really think right, and then everything else. It's small things that happening. It's not like you make a big deal out of it, right? But see, if you get a call like that, that's amazing. But anyway, Jean, that's amazing, Jean. Post interaction follow-ups, keeping customers updated, closing the loop on claims or even application, and reminding them that someone is still looking out for them. Do you know what I do though? When I submit an application, if the application is submitted, I text the client. Your application is submitted. If there is any changes that they wanted, hey, I want to change the withdrawal from the 10th to the 15th or the 30th, whenever I do the changes, I make it a point to let them know that I already submitted the changes. You might get a call or an email from anybody or from the company about these changes to confirm. Yeah, because if you just ignore it, right, then chances are you may forget about it. And when they call you, hey, well, what happened? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I forgot about it. It's not a good thing to say, I forgot about it.
No.
That means that they're not important to you as they are important to yourself. Right? So make that effort. Make that effort to taste that hot pot. Okay. So customer service. There is also, this is also when customer service in insurance becomes the product itself. I mentioned a while ago, it's not the application, it's not the policy name, it's not even the company because we are brokers, right? We carry different insurance companies, right? It's not the marketing campaign. It's the voice. It's the voice on the other end who picks up, listens, and helps. And it's your effort, right? It's your proactivity that, to help. I think that's what matters most, right? I think it's best retention, right, Bugali? Retention, client retention. All right. So let's take a look at the client's retention. This is what you missed yesterday. Right, Tita?
Wow.
Yeah, they missed that.
You missed the crabs, the lobster, and everything else. Anyway, so why insurance customer service drives real business outcomes? Let's talk about the outcomes. Right, Malu? Okay. Outcome number one, it builds loyalty in high stakes moments. Insurance is sporadic use compared to other services. The handful of times that customers do reach out carry more weight than months or years and years of silence. That's why when they call, that is an important call for us, right? You write up a policy, you issue the policy, you get compensated, and most of the time, I'm guilty of that too. We just brush off communication with the client until they call again, right? Probably. So do not ignore. And when you change your numbers, make sure that you let them know. Because that is important. Yeah. When someone calls during a medical emergency, it hits an endless interactive voice response, the IVR, right? Sometimes we let, automation answer the phone. And, that is a broken promise for them. Isn't it?
Yes.
You promise, oh, I'll be here, I'll be your insurance agent, I will help you. But if they try to reach you and you are unreachable, that is a broken promise for the client. So loyalty gets built when you show up quickly, clearly, and calmly during the worst days of someone else's. So be careful with that, okay? That's a nice picture.
Yeah.
Okay, outcome number 2, creates real differentiation in a commoditized market. What is a commoditized market? Hmm? What is a commoditized market? Anyone? What we do is a commoditized market. Yeah, when what we do, an insurance product is a distinguishable product. You cannot compare really from one company to another, right? It's all the same product. Insurance is the same product, right? But you're purchasing the client's purchasing decision, because we carry a lot of products, right? That depends solely on their decision. We help them as agent to decide by what?
By
By what? Educating them, and we do comparison. Remember, that's why insurance sales package, what do they ask for from agents?
to at least 2 illustrations.
2 to 3 illustrations before you finally, conclude that this product is good for, or the best product for your clients.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. So coverage options really stand out. Bailey stands as the coverage option. The documents look identical, the clauses feel repetitive, and most customers tune out after the second page. Remember this, what sticks in their memory is how they were treated. Right? Because all these insurance products are all the same anyway. Right? Maybe another added feature on Ivari with the Everest plan and all that. But insurance products are insurance products. Right? So stats also indicate service indeed becomes the emotional differentiator that turns just another insurer or someone else gets me. It all depends on the agent too, and how you render service to your clients.
Yeah.
Yeah, that becomes a deciding factor for most of the clients too.
Yes.
So be good, be ready, and be knowledgeable. It's not an option for you, for us as an agent, but it is a must.
Yeah.
So attend training, bring your team over. Right, Jensen? Because Jensen is not paying attention here. Look at him. He's looking at the crab. Okay, so outcome number 3, reduces churn through frictional removal. What is a churn? Churn is a agitation. It's a frustration, right? It's an upset, right? Okay, when policyholders can update their phone number without sending 5 emails or renew a plan or policy without chasing reminders, they stay. Easy, respectful, smooth interactions such as this prevent the part. Anyway, small things like, oh, I want to change the beneficiary. What do they do? What do? You need to send about a form, what is that? Form 3 something, right? To change the beneficiary. But nowadays they made it easier, right? Just educate them how to log online. Yeah, create an account online. And then you can themselves. Yeah. Or even if they can do the upload. If they don't want to use the old form, they can upload the form online and send it over, right? So yeah. That is the thing. Did you see that? Okay. Number 4, or outcome number 4, drives referrals through earned trust. This is important, right? To move with grow your business, great service stories travel.
Yeah.
Even in the insurance field, not only in in travel insurance business, right? In the life insurance as well. People share how they are accommodated and treated, or how the contract worked when they needed it most. This conversation center on trust, not products, right? And trust spreads organically through word of mouth referrals.
Mhm.
That's why it is as important to do good service to your clients. That's why it is important that you know how to do selfie and good at that. Okay, so let's talk about 7 proven strategies to improve insurance customer service. The first one is prioritize empathy in high stress moments. Okay, whether it's a critical surgery or an accident or denied claim or even death, customer often feels scared and overwhelmed when they contact support. Isn't it? Right? Even I, right? Even I, if something happens to my house, I'm kind of hesitant. It's, I always have the second thought to contact support. Right? Okay, so they need someone who listens, stay calm, understand the issue, and explains options gently and clearly. Agents are there to validate customers' emotion without rushing to problem solve. Leave every conversation where customers feel heard and supported, right? So, write it down.
Yes.
Yes, good picture though, right? Okay, number 2, strategy 2, make policy details accessible. That's why the companies is trying to help to do their best, to educate agents so that you can educate your clients that they have, to have access to their accounts online. So that's what's gonna happen in an hour after this training. Everest will come, bring your clients over so that Everest can educate your clients and yourselves to be able to justify their offer of fencing, of drafting a will, right? Of saving your important memoirs in their website without even spending a dime for it, right? So if something happens, if say, for example, you can't really rely on the agents, you yourself can do it as a client. But then, as agent, we have first to educate ourselves. Because if there's no direct representation from the company, like Richard is doing this for us, right? Then we can do it ourselves as agents. With free coffee, donut, and check. And a check. Okay. Okay, so strategy number 3, communicate clearly at every step. Providing insurance isn't like selling a phone or a subscription where you walk away after a customer signs up. There are multiple moments after they sign up when they expect communication from the insurance agents about topics from policy onboarding to claim filing, renewals, and premium reminders. It doesn't stop by just signing up with the client and submitting the application, right? If your messages are delayed or confusing, it can create panic. Customers might have concerns such as, is my claim approved? Was my policy expired? Or why was I charged with this? So we have to be thorough, right? You have to be thorough, Tita Ann.
Yes.
Look at you.
All the time.
Look at you. Okay, strategy number 4. Simplify process. There is no need to complicate things. And besides this, what I've been saying, even with the FISRA, did you take my picture good, better? Even with a FISRA, you know what? When you do your reasons why letter and all that stuff that you need for the fulfilling the requirements for the insurance sales package, do not give information that they don't ask for, because that will trigger investigation. That will trigger questions from both ends. It opens up a dialogue, right? If they ask for whatever, just answer whatever is being asked for.
Don't complicate.
Do not complicate things. Do not complicate stuff. Right? Simplify. Same thing when you're explaining about the illustration, when you're trying to explain about the process of the insurance app. Make it a point to simplify that the client will surely or clearly understand what you are trying to achieve. Right? Complication.
Make promotion.
Complication is not a promotion. Complication is susceptibility to investigation. Challenges, right? Yeah, okay. So the challenge become even more complex when you consider the volume and variety of customers' application to process. From initial insurance package requirement to submission, the status updates and clarification questions. So without proper system in place, well, anyway, we got to be trained with it, right? It's not just, you got your license yesterday, or I can just go out there. That's why we need field training, right? You need to have someone experienced with you when you go out there for the first few times, right? And again, you got to be coachable. You got to be coachable. I'm a trainer. That's why I'm so coachable here. That's why I'm so happy. Okay, strategy number 5, collect and act on Facebook. Okay. Not Facebook, but feedback, right? The feedback is important too. You know, every customer interaction offers a learning opportunity. Are you as agents being helpful, right? Did the application or inquiry process frustrate someone? These insights are gold mines for improvement, but only if you actively seek them out. You need to seek feedback. How did I do in this training? How did I make you laugh? Did I ever make you laugh, or did I ever make you sleep? Yeah, you need feedback. Sometimes you just have to call the client back after maybe a few days after you process the application, or even after the application is approved and released, right? You can certainly give a call, a client, hey, how's everything doing? Are you happy with what you get? Because you have the reason why I left it anyway, right? Are you happy with what you get? Are you happy with the services I rendered to you? It's not bad to ask, right? If they say constructive criticism, then it's good, right? But if they say, negative thing, then that's when you have the opportunity to improve yourself, right? Don't take it too personally.
Yeah.
Yeah. You are leaving a room for improvement. I think that's what we're, because these things anyway, everything that we do anyway is a continuous process of learning, right? We learn as we go along, right? And somehow we perfect it. If we become submissive and willing to accept that you have still room for improvement. But if you're close-minded, they say, I'm better. I'm done with this. I've done it a million times. I know what I'm doing. You're like, you know everything. Okay. All right. Okay. So strategy number 6 is ensure seamless handoff across information. Insurance queries are important. Again, if the client calls about, say, a question about the coverage, right? How about the say, for example, critical illness policy? Do I need to be, at say age 65? Am I done with the contract? Will I get my money back or whatever, right? So be lenient, and client asking about a health policy might need to be considered as emergency. It's true, right? Without careful coordination, it turns into a frustrating loop. If you say, I will verify and will get back to you soon, and then forget about it,
Yes.
right? So that's why you need a sense of urgency, right? You need a sense of urgency. When somebody calls, make sure that you respond, you eat. Well, what's the eating? Nothing? Anyway. So strategy number 7, measure the right metrics. Do not just start thinking that your client service is doing well because complaints are down. But in reality, it could mean frustrated clients or worse, quietly switching to competitors instead of complaining. And now you ask, you know what? I just issued this policy. We just talked about we just met few weeks ago, and then all of a sudden, I could see the book of business. His name in my book of business. You know why? If you check your web kappa or your with your clientele in IA or any other companies, right? If you don't see it, no, the policy is not accessible.
They changed the
Yes.
agent.
What does it mean? They changed agent. Your policy is not accessible, somebody took it. Because they were trying to call you, but you didn't respond back.
Yeah, communication.
Yes, exactly, right? So that's why, you know what? If the clients do not hear from you, it's saying that it's not really good. It's not really good because probably they moved to another company. They moved to another agent,
Mhm.
right? So you got to follow up. To attribute your efforts to results, you'll need to track down. Okay, of course. Do you have anybody that tracks down your clients or your book of business at all? Those who have been here for, let's say, 5 years and above. Do you have any? Or just rely on web kapal? You just rely on, clients file on Equitable Life on IA. Do you have any? A database probably, a CRM or customer relations management system. We used to have this Salesforce, right?
Right now, there is a plan for, like, Alicia,
Uh-huh.
at, the seminar we did in last 2 weeks. They gave us the Excel that you can use it for your clients.
Yeah, yeah. Because I have mine, but I've done it in Excel. I used to have it in um, I used to, because I used to work for a company that tracks down databases and that stuff, right? Yeah, I used to have that. Yeah, but you know what? You don't really have to be an IT, right? A simple Excel file, you create sheets, classify them, right? Say different companies and then different sheets that, active clients, terminating clients, lapsed accounts and all that. So you can, because right now, just if you click the column for the emails, for example, you can do a mass email without going through each one of them.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, just highlight the column, send an email. And, if you have an Outlook, installed in your PC, right? It goes to a default email client, right? That you can do a mass email. You don't have to go through each one of them. Before the campaign manager, it's good. I love the campaign manager because that will give you an alert whether the client received the email and read it or responded to it. So, now they took out the Salesforce event, you know, the campaign manager. So we got to be creative. We got to be resourceful. We got to be proactive, because tracking with this stuff, if you've been in this company for a long time, been in company for 7 or 10 years and above, clients is not hard to find anymore. Finding clients during the first few years in the business is kind of hard. But if you've been in the business for a while and you have a file of clients in your filing cabinet, then I think, you will never run out of clients.
Yeah, and with the here I extranet the IA will email you also weekly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's say your client has no investment, then they send you
Yeah.
letter. And then that's a potential client to give that investment of 50,000.
That is the power of the CRM,
Yeah.
because the CRM will give you the products that the client owns. And if you're missing something, that is a plug for you, right? A triggering. Anyway, so these are the things that, because, if you look at it though, well, honestly, WFG agents kind of behind when it comes to technology, really. We took out Salesforce, we took out, campaign manager. And what happens to the clients who are not really computer savvy, right? Who are not tech savvy, right? And what happens to the clients who have been using an old school process? How can they cope up, right? That's why the likes of Tita need somebody like Jean, right? Or somebody like Andres. All right. But anyway, so we got to be proactive. Okay. Anyway, Tita, see, that's the use of a strategy. So even her using Your own strategy. Cut the cake. Okay, so examples of insurance companies getting customer service right. Look at that, your apo, your grandchild. Yeah, service is important. So that's why if you look at, the slogan, right? The slogan of these companies. What is the slogan of WFG? Exactly, and WSB?
One system,
You
one
official.
voice.
You know the world theme, one dream, one team, one system, one. That is the WSB Swans version. But the WSB slogan is it only starts with one dream. One dream, one team, one system, one people.
One system, one cost.
Yeah. It's not even a cost. The cost was put in by Swan like 5 years ago.
Hmm. Oh.
You know? Yeah. What is Ibarre's slogan? Do you know? Anybody? I'll give you a bottle of water. Huh? And what is, Ibarre's slogan is actually stronger together. Yeah. What is Industrial Alliance? Right. Manulife. What is Manulife's slogan? Anybody? Manulife is decisions made easier, lives made better.
Mm.
Right. See? IA Financial Group is get ahead. It's not ahead, but ahead. Equitable, I don't know the equitable life. Though. I don't think really. Anyway, so no family left behind. That is World Financial Group. Okay. So, how do you get hold of these clients though? Right? That's probably the honest.
Hindi na ako makakalit.
Okay, no family left behind. So this is what I do. Have you done as an agent? Have you done something else for the clients for this holiday season? Have you ever thought of doing anything for the holiday season? Lily used to do a lot of stuff for your clients, right? Yeah. But remember we talk about communication. We talk about getting hold of them, getting visibility with the clients, right? So this is what I did though for those people or clients who have been that in contact with me for a long time and the policy lapsed, the policy was terminated. So I created some kind of an ad, right? It says here, season screening from yours truly, right? This season, we're reflecting the important things like peace of mind that comes from knowing your loved ones are protected. Thank you for once trusting me to safeguard what matters most. Please be informed that I am still very much connected with WFG and is still strongly involved in servicing new and existing clients with their insurance needs. Feel free to contact me so I can give service to you, your family, and your friends once again. Wishing you a joyful holiday and healthy, happy new year. So what I did, again, with an Excel file, just click on the column and send this thing. With the Excel, with the email, you don't really have the option to find out who opened your email. Yeah, that's the thing. But with a campaign manager before, there is a tick. I say, hey, these open. Yeah, you manager, you can monitor them. Yeah, no. And for the existing clients, I did a different one. But you say just a similar message, right? Similar message that when she's reflecting the same thing, and please be informed that I'm still, feel free to contact me so I can give service to your family and your friends once again. Wish you a joyful holiday and healthy, happy new year. So why that? Simple as this. You know that client from Brampton, I got it from this. And I set an appointment, a couple of appointments in January because of this. Yeah, so I sent an email out and she responded, oh, I'm in the Philippines right now, but I really want to talk to you because I have another son. And I said, when I get back from the Philippines, I will make sure that I make an appointment with you. See, why not? You know what? Just a tip for everybody, right? Because we're here to help each other, you know? Everyone else is benefiting from the growth of each one of us here. When I grow my team, you grow your team, everybody is happy. You know? So we share this information. So if I can do the same thing, well, why not? Yeah. I actually did something for Nava. I did something for Nava because she asked me to do. I did a couple of this stuff for Nava too. See? Okay. So anyway, example of an insurance agent getting customer service. Where is she? Idan, look at the screen.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's you. Anyway, so let me read this though. Take the first step to improve insurance customer service. In insurance, the real product is how you show up when customers need help. Whether it's a crisis claim or a quick update, every interaction carries emotional weight. That is your moment to build trust. Okay, when every policy sounds familiar and prices are hard to compare, service becomes what customers remember. The top insurance providers won't be the loudest brands. They'll be the ones customers talk about because of how they were treated. Okay, what skills do you need for insurance customer service? Here, key skills for insurance customer service include clear communication that you mentioned, active listening, empathy, problem solving, thorough product knowledge. That's important. Attention to detail, regulatory awareness, and proficiency with customer management systems, right? These abilities help deliver accurate information and build trust with clients during vulnerable moments. Okay. Anyway, so I hope you guys learned something from me today. You learned a lot. Look at this. Anyway, my name is Daniel Billo, and thank you very much for your patience.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Please stay for 5 to 6 training for the Everest. And I think they have.
Oh, by the way, yes, the birthday celebrant. The birthday, we have something sweet. Something sweet for the celebrant.
Good celebration.
The continuous celebration. You Saji as well? Sagittarius? No, no? Yeah. You covered, no? The same thing. Yeah, the same. Elsa, yeah. The same. That's why. That's why you paid attention. That's why you paid attention. But anyway, let's welcome Agnes Miranda.
Just all simple.
Can you sing for
Oh. Welcome.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. No. Now we have to cut the cake over there.
Tita Agnes, you wanna greet Bagali a happy birthday too?
Happy birthday. Thank you.
You want to say something to
You
that?
wanna say,
You know,
wanna greet our beautiful associates?
it's the end of the year. Yeah. It's the end of the year, and I do hope that every one of you, it's like I did, the last 2 weeks. That everybody is contemplating what you have to do for 2026. First is just want to teach you, not to teach you, but more of a suggestion. See, in the past year, you know exactly what you have done. Probably if I go one by one, you know exactly how much money you have made. And if you're a new licensed person, the next goal is really for what? To start doing your fruit training and make money. But my suggestion is, even if it is the last week of December, go out and make money. Okay? And this is the best time to close a sale or to close a recruit. It's a holiday season and they are at home. And maybe some of you will think, oh, it's holiday, it's my holiday. No, it is your business. So I do hope in 2026, as an SMD, as an MD, you just make sure that your goal for 2026 every month, make it as a minimum of 10,000 points a month. It's true. Or maybe one sale a week. When you do one sale a week, about approximately, let's say between $100 to $200 a month, you are making 100,000 a year. Yes. Okay. So you're in this business here, but then again, make 2026 a big year for you. Big year for me, a big year for everyone. What it is. Somebody called me up yesterday, no longer with WFT, but with the question. In the next question, it says, Agnes, I really want to reach the six-figure income. What should I do? And you know what? Very simple. All I said is, you are now with that company now, doesn't mean you don't work. But go out there, just go to work. Just go to work. That's what it is. You know, what is your income this year? I don't know. But really, are you happy of your income? No. I don't think. If I should see your eyes, I know exactly that you are not happy of your income. Okay. Always smile. Yes, and you're 85 years old, right? And he said, I have to start making money. I told her, not at this time, but through the years, you keep building and building and building. And probably you have what, 10,000 a month and over that. Yeah. But making personal sales of one sale a week between 100 and 200 a month, you do about 200 a month in premium, you are now 100,000. How do you do that? You do at least 10 to 12 presentations a week. Okay? Make it simple. One in the daytime, one in the afternoon, and one in the evening. Or maybe in the daytime, you do all your phone calls. You go out to the mall, just
just do your prospecting how to get started. But start it right. It's the holiday season, but make it a goal that next week you are going to at least make one sale. That's my challenge to all of you. Okay? Or maybe one recruit. Just make that a goal. You're going, see the momentum, your momentum, if you made at least one sale or one recruit, your momentum will go start right away. Okay? Now, making your goals. Don't do it in your mind. You make sure you write it down. Okay? Do your fast start. You write it down what you exactly want to do.